Welcome back to your sixth sense superpower. I really want you to take that in for a moment. I have a sixth sense. I have an inner compass that actually, I got to tell you personally, I feel like it should be called your first sense. It shouldn't be the one that trails behind. It's the one to lead. It's the one that opens everything up. It turns the light on in the dark. It gravitates you toward the things that uplift and protect and serve you. And also to the places where you can uplift, protect, and serve others. It's not just a self-serving sense. It contributes to the greater good, which is part of what gives you meaning in life. So it really is the key essential sense to make your life make sense. Because when you're figuring life out, it doesn't make sense. When you're in the barking dog arena, it never feels safe. It never feels fair. It never feels just. It keeps you worked up. It's exhausting. So we're going back to step two, this next, not step two, but decision number 2, because this is a game changer. And it's the decision that I was taught as a child. And if anything, was the gift of my life. People have asked me often, they say, oh, you have a gift. You have an intuition that's exceptional. It's a gift. And I say, actually, I was given a gift. But it isn't that I have something you don't have. The gift is I was given permission and I was given instruction to expect guidance, to expect help, to never waste a moment of my life fearful that I'm on my own. Because intuition is the connector. It connects you to yourself. You know that U2 epic anthem, I Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For? It's inside. That's why you're looking in all the wrong places. You're looking for that inner connection. So it gives you that. When you expect guidance, you're tuning in, not wandering around. When you expect guidance, it connects you to the energy of the world around you and finds vibrational match. Just like the GPS in your car. I want this address. I'm going to go. The car will navigate because it knows what you love to do. But it also connects you to the quantum field. I call it the loving universe. I do recognize, because I worked long enough and in a lot of different arenas, from pure spiritual nirvana workshops to business in Masters of Business in Chicago, University of Chicago, where everything has to be really grounded. Expecting guidance changes the way you interact with life. You walk out the door having a positive, receptive, available experience. And you know what? Expectation is a magnet. 2 people can go into a big city driving their car. One will expect a parking space and one won't. And they'll both get what they expect. 2 people will go to a party. One will expect to have a good time. One will expect not to. And they're both right. They will have what they expect. So when you expect guidance, you relax. I learned that from my mom when she would say, there's always a solution. We just don't know what it is yet. We just always have to be open for it. And she never deviated from that. Always a solution. We just have to expect it. I remember one time when I was about 20. I was going on a trip with my mom to visit my brother in London. And I always have been just a little bit of a ungrounded person in that I don't pay a whole lot of attention sometimes to the physical world because I'm tuned into the quantum field. We all have our challenges. So that day we were leaving at 6:00 to take our flight from Chicago to London. And at 2:15 it occurred to me that I better find my passport. I better go get it. And I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it anywhere. And we're leaving in 3 hours. And I am freaking out. And I'm going through my drawers. And I'm panicking. And my brother's saying, you're so stupid. And I'm like fighting with him to tell him to shut the heck up. And then I remembered that I need to expect guidance. And I just got really quiet. And I sat down and just went to my cube of space. And I just said, okay, I need my passport. I'd love to find my passport. I don't want to be in fear that I won't find my passport because that's the bad neighborhood. I would love to have that passport in my hand. So I got up. I didn't have any big revelation. But what I did do quite spontaneously without thinking or having any thought about it, I went to my closet and I got out my trench coat, which was something I rarely wore. I don't even know I owned the trench coat because I don't like trench coats. I'm not a trench coat person, but I had worn it at some time in the past. I just pulled my trench coat out and stuck my hand in the pocket, and there was my passport. Yes. Now, from A to B was 15 minutes, but I wasn't thinking, go to the closet and look in your pockets at all. I just did it. And that's why I teach you to dance, so your body can move into place without your brain interfering. Have you ever had that happen to you? Ever? It's really fun. It's really fun. So that's why I'm setting all the pieces up. But when I sat down, the key was this. I didn't expect, I expected an answer because I've been trained to. And I always get one. And it might not be instant, it might not be immediate, and it may not be what I expected, but I always get it because it's a magnet. When you expect, and in a calm, clear space, not in a dramatic freak out space. So I know that that's hard to get guidance when you need it, like SOS, I'm in trouble, how can I be nice and calm? Run around the block, go in the shower and scream, move the energy because it's adrenaline. Don't deny it. Don't fight on it. Don't sit on it like a hot potato. Express it. Because once you do, the mind gets quiet. And then just give your inner compass direction, like you're typing in an address. I need this. And you begin to do things quite spontaneously, and it's so amazing. Your brain is going, what just happened? Did that just happen? I wasn't involved. How'd that happen? And it works. And that's when your life, that's flow. It's a whole, I'm telling you, it's wonderland. It's flow. So isn't that bold? To expect guidance? Doesn't it feel like, I know your ego's going, well, that's hard to believe. And of course it is, because your ego can never have that experience, ever. It's much too controlling and much too limited, and it isn't imaginative. It's not open, so your ego will never, ever get anything coming out of it that's good. You have to remember your spirit. My bright light expects guidance. My barking dog, my poodle, my snotty poodle named Fifi, she didn't expect much of anything except to go shopping occasionally. But my spirit is in a constant state of expectation. So let's have some fun with this, okay? When you go into town, if you're driving your car, expect to find a parking spot. When you stand in front of a group of elevators, expect to know which one comes first. When you're playing with like putting out a message like, I want to hear back from someone, expect a positive call. Expect good things. Now, this is what my mom would say to us. I was one of 7 kids. We had a very modest upbringing, truly. We were 7 kids. She didn't work. He worked as a salesman. My dad worked as a salesman selling farm equipment. We were on a pretty slim budget, but every single morning when we went to school, my mom would stand at the door and say, expect good things, and I expect to hear about them when you come home. And that's what we talked about at dinner. And that set up this whole relationship with life that worked. So I want to tell you another really quick story about this because I learned this when I was 8 years old. We had a little tiny TV, and on the TV, we would get to watch it for maybe 15, 20 minutes a day after homework. Well, I saw on the TV at Christmas time that there was this news channel that my dad watched, but they were having this promotion that if you put Merry Christmas, WGN, which were the letters of the television station, in your window in your house. The WGN Santa was going to be driving around Denver and would bring you a present. So I decided I want that present. And I made a sign, a big one. I got my colors and tape from my mom. And my brother just gave me one of my brothers just made fun of me and made fun of me. And I would say, get out of here. I'm going to win. I expect it. Now you leave. So I taped this up. I mean, the sign was just about as big as me. I kept putting all my little pieces of paper together for my little school tablet. And I went to school at 8 years old. When I came home that day, my mom met me at the door and said, "You'll never believe what happened." I was like, What? She said, "Well, 2 minutes after you left, Secret Santa rang the doorbell. And he saw your sign. And he brought you a present." I was like, "What'd he bring me? What'd he bring me?" And she said, "Come and look." He brought us a console TV that was color and dragged the whole thing in. It was on the news. And this is way back in the day. I'm dating myself, but nobody had a colored TV, let alone a big one. It was like, I said to my mom, I expected it. And she said, I did too. And that's the kind of relationship you can have if you have imagination, a sense of humor, do what you love, don't fear disappointment, play full out like I asked you, and have fun. That's how it works. Can you do that for the next couple of days for the rest of this course, just for fun? The biggest thing that interferes is the fear of disappointment. Honest to God, I watch how much people are so afraid to be let down, they don't even try. Don't be like that. That play's so small, and that tells you you're so fragile, and that affirms that life is so bad that you just have to hide in your corner and in your cave and in your closet and just try to survive and endure. I've been disappointed, but never to the point that it trashed me, only to the things I wanted that weren't good for me. In the end, anyway. It's big, it's bold, it's dynamic to not only expect guidance, but expect gifts, support, connection, synchronicity, and celebration, because if you expect it, just like you expect it not to come, you'll be right either way. So make that your today. What do you expect? For every moment of the day, I want you to say, I expect good things. In fact, for the rest of your life, expect good things. And then expect to write them down or tell someone, tell the community, tell everybody. These are the good things that came that I was gifted with today, that my intuition led me into, because it won't let you down. It's how it is designed to work. So you're dialing in, not just you beaming out, but connecting so the universe can beam back in. It's a great connection. So have fun with this. It's a game changer. You'll never go back the other way. You'll stay in Wonderland. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow.